Yeah. Oh, is this?
Ooh,
Oh,
it is
hi.
on.
Hi, what's going on?
Hi, everyone.
They're on. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's
Going
good.
good, going good.
So first off, I think you should just each introduce yourselves to the audience.
Sounds brilliant. I'm Summer. Hi.
Hey, what's up? I'm Millie.
Hi guys, my name is Brianna.
And yeah, we are.
Which
We're
makes
Sweet
us
Suspense.
Look at that. Very, very good. So you guys are alumni of The Voice and also X Factor.
Yes.
So how do you think that has affected your music?
I mean, there's a lot that goes into those TV shows, and it really tests you, and you really understand who you are better. I think it makes you more in tune with yourself, just because you're on live national television every week. So I think that it really helped us become who we are today.
Yeah, and going along with that, it really makes you realize who you are because you have to show everybody who you are.
Yes.
So being on those kind of platforms really allows you to figure out who you are in the process as well.
And I think one of the biggest things is being on a reality show and being under all the stress and pressure that comes with being on a live show. You really find whether this is something you really want to do or if it's something that's maybe not for you. And I think for us, it really heightened our passion and it really helped us figure out that this is what we want to do for the rest of our lives. And I think it just really helped us in that area.
That was really cute. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Well, and Bree, you're a new member actually.
I am the new member.
Right. So welcome.
Thank you.
So what made you guys bring her in? I think it was about 2 months ago, right?
It
Yeah,
was.
it was.
I think for us, we were really looking for someone that we vibed well with and really fit the group that we were already in, but also help bring something new to the table. For Bree, she was on The Voice and we were on X Factor, so it was a perfect blend of reality television shows, and she understood what we had been through, and I think that was really important. And I don't know, she fit. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. We met and in person, and all of a sudden we were really close. And we've basically been together almost every second for about 2 months now, and I mean, we love each other so much, and we're best friends.
It just really worked. When we met, chemistry is so important in a girl group, and I've learned that for the short time being in a girl group. And when, like she said, when we first met, it just worked. It just felt right. So I think we all just bonded really well, and we've been having a blast ever since.
Yes, we have a lot of fun.
I second both of those answers.
Is it hard? I mean, you guys obviously didn't grow up together. You guys are from different places in the country. And you guys actually, at that age, you're 19, she's 16. That can be kind of a big age difference at that age, you know? So is it hard to have, like, chemistry and to come together? What do you guys, like, what do you guys have chemistry around? What do you bond over?
Well, I think the cool part is that both Millie and I, and Bree as well, we're all friends with a bunch of people from different ages all the time. We just love people in general, and we love the connection with people. So it's not hard to be like, hey, Millie.
Summer.
So we get along 24/7, and the things that connect us are all the things that we're going through together.
Obviously, music.
Connects
Our love
us.
for music
is a universal language, and it is something that helps everybody connect. So that helps big time. Plus, we both love cookie dough, and
Well,
so
actually, fun fact: Brianna doesn't like chocolate.
She
I don't
doesn't.
understand.
I said cookie dough, though.
Yeah, I saw your face. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
understand.
a weird thing.
It's fine, because I'll eat the chocolate chips out of the cookie,
Yeah.
and she'll eat the cookie.
So then that's how we bond. I'm like, oh, I love cookie dough, but I don't like chocolate. So you
Yeah.
can have my chocolate.
But
So it works.
we're teenage girls, so it's very easy for us to get along
bond,
together. It doesn't
yeah.
matter 19, 16, it doesn't really matter.
Everyone can rally around cookie dough. I think we can all-
Everybody
Exactly.
can bond about
Come on.
cookie dough.
That's a universal language right there. Cookie dough.
So, Summer, are you like the de facto, mom of the group, being
Yes.
19?
We call her Mama Summer. She is the designated mother of Sweet Suspense.
Always.
She definitely makes me check my lipstick. She makes me fix my hair.
I know all the times. I have all our songs. I have all the keys. I have.
She's got it. She knows what's going on. She is our Mama Summer.
Right. Cool. And is there a downside from coming from a reality show? Do you guys ever experience like, okay, maybe if we had come over in a different way, or
I mean, definitely for us, especially because we were on X Factor, and just being in a girl group on X Factor, they didn't necessarily let us do harmonies, and that's what we're best at. So, I mean, I feel like I wouldn't change the experience, but if I do it over again, there are things that I would have fought for a little harder, or maybe just said, please let us do this, like so we could show different sides of us that we necessarily didn't get to show.
But The Voice and the X Factor are such great platforms to
They
jump
really
off
are.
of. So I don't think I would have done it any other way, really. And it's definitely a blessing for us to have been able to be on those shows
And
because
also it made us a group.
it did make us a group. So, but it's a great way to get started. So it helped out a lot.
For sure, and coming off of The Voice, because The Voice doesn't do groups, it's strictly solos and duos. So even coming after The Voice and coming off of the show, I still had the whole, I'm still going to pursue my solo career and everything. And what I had done was we did a girl group number in our finale of the show, and I was like, wow, this is really fun. Like, I really enjoyed this. I could totally see myself in a girl group. And I had just graduated high school, and I get a call from their manager, and they were like, hey,
You wanna
want to be in a girl group? And it was just the perfect timing, because I was going to go out to California anyways, go to college and pursue music. And then I just get this phone call, and it was just like, wow, this is happening. And it was just such great timing, and that's why we feel also that it's just so right.
Yeah.
And Bree, speaking of The Voice, so you were with Gwen Stefani. She was
Yes.
your coach / mentor. It's
Yes.
not a judge show. So what was it like working with her, and what did you pick up from her?
I have learned a lot from Gwen Stefani. I totally admired her career before even working with her, before even knowing she was going to be a coach on my season. And she's just a very humble, down-to-earth person who really cared about her artist and didn't care, that she was on TV. And it was fun because it was her first season, so you could tell she was kind of nervous herself working with us the first time. And she was just very nice, very down-to-earth, and really just wanted to share with us everything she knew about the business, everything she knew about pursuing a music career, and was just throwing it on us like, here's what you need to know, here's how I want to help you, here's how I want to make you the best you that you can be. And I really think that it was because of Gwen that I really found the kind of music I want to do and the kind of artist that I want to be.
What's your favorite Gwen Stefani song? Putting you on the spot.
Oh my gosh, favorite Gwen Stefani song, 4 a.m., 4 in the morning. Love it.
Good. You knew, you were like, boom.
I knew it. It was in my head.
Right. And you guys, coming from X Factor, you of course had to go through the gauntlet that is Simon Cowell.
Simon!
Awesome.
Right,
we
right.
love him.
But what is, of course he is known for being brutally honest, sometimes even more on the brutal side. Yeah. What is the meanest thing that he ever said to you? And we can also come back and do the nicest things, so don't worry. Yeah.
The meanest thing.
Honestly, he wasn't mean to us. He was honest. And I mean, I think that for us, he mainly just gave us great advice, honest advice, but great advice. I mean, we had mentoring sessions with him on how to be a girl group, on just how to build our bond stronger. And I mean, I don't think
there was necessarily
No.
a meanest thing he said to us in particular. I think the main thing about Simon and what a lot of people get confused about him is that I don't think he's ever trying to be mean. I think
he's real honest.
he's just real honest, and he
will
wants
tell you what he thinks.
wants you to know the best way to do something, and the way that he's done something. And for us, we took everything because he's had so many successful groups before. So for us, it was easy to be like, okay, cool. You think that? We'll do that. What else do you have to say? Like, we're trying to soak up every single bit of information that he has.
We were super open to his ideas, and we just really wanted to learn from him and understand like what he wanted from us, what kind of group that he was looking for from us, and what kind of group that we could be to make ourselves the best group that we could.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, he was just really funny.
He really is.
He was
He's
hilarious.
so sarcastic and just like,
Yeah.
So what's the biggest lesson that you learned from him specifically?
I feel like the biggest lesson that we learned from him is to be yourself and have fun. He said that's the biggest thing.
always wanted
He's
us to
all
have fun.
out of everything. He's like, yes, this is a competition. Yes, you have to go out there. Yes, okay, somebody's gonna win. But in the end, how do you feel about it? And how are you feeling about yourself in this moment? Because that is the most important thing out of everything.
he always wanted us to have fun with like each. He even made us like for our 80s week. He made us throw ourselves like a little like 80s party.
Yeah.
He like really wanted us to get into like the 80s vibe, and so I mean, he really just wanted us to have fun and be normal on the show.
But as nice as he turned out, what was it like just the first time auditioning in front of him? Because it's got to be nerve-wracking.
Scared.
I was so terrified.
I was so scared. Like, I walked out, and the first, like, I think you could see the terror on my face, to be honest. And he started complimenting me. And what you don't see on, like, the show is the fact that I had to go through several songs before he chose the one for me to sing. He was all, not that one. No, 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 no. No. All right, sing that one. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is the last song. Why would you do this to me? But no, I mean, it's intimidating because he's Simon Cowell and she's Demi Lovato and she's Kelly Rowland and she's Paulina Rubio. Like, it's also intimidating, but then you have to realize, no, they're people just like me that are just trying to do their job. And
the judges, like, for our show, we're definitely there. Like, they really give you great feedback, and they really give you amazing criticism. Like, they wanted to help each of us. They really wanted us to get better and to grow. And I think with Simon, like, the first time I saw him, I was so intimidated and I was so scared. And he kind of smiled at me, I think, because he saw that I was scared. And it kind of made me feel better. It made me, like, I was like, Simon Cowell is smiling at me. Okay, I'm good. Let me just sing really quick. And I made a comment to him that I haven't brought up in a really long time. He was like, I don't think I've ever met a thrasher before, because my last name's Thrasher. And Kelly Rowland said something like, well, what do you think a thrasher is, Simon? And he was like, somebody who hits people. I was like, well, maybe I can hit you with my talent. I don't know what happened. I got really, like, confident in that second. I don't know what happened, but I think I made him laugh, and I think that, like, made me really proud of myself, like, to actually perform in front of him. That made me okay.
I thought maybe you took your last name from the skateboard magazine. I'm sure you've heard that before.
I really want one of those sweatshirts, though, because, like, just to walk around with my last name, like, on a sweatshirt in, like, fire, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
And Summer, you've been having name issues. You were telling me.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Yes.
So her full stage name is Summer Rain.
Yeah, my stage name is Summer Rain. My real last name is Cummings. But I had problems when I was a little girl. I still am a little girl, but I was having problems when I was still in school, and people were searching my name, and they weren't finding very nice things on Google about my name. So my parents were like, "Hey, let's just change it up. It's cool." So I ended up picking Rain. I was like, it sounds cool. And Summer Rain, I was like, let's just spell it different.
Yeah,
let's
I
spell
love
it
how you spell it.
R-E-I-D-N. And yeah. So, oh my God.
Great.
And now you said you were thinking of adding it to your real legal name because you're having, like, airport problems.
I do have airport problems because, when we book certain things, people will put on Summer Rain on my flight information, and then I walk up to security and my ID says Summer Cummings, and they're like, you're not this person. And so we go through a lot of troubles at the airport. But yeah, so I might just add it. Why not?
Why not?
I go by it anyway. I've been going by it for 10 years now. Might as well.
So how did each of you guys deal with the quote unquote rejection of getting kicked off a reality show at some point, but then continuing to go on and keep your career going?
I think that those reality shows, like Bree said earlier, they really make you either find your passion or they make you understand that this is not for you. Like, this is not what you want to do. I think for all of us, it made us want it more. Like that moment, like when we were actually talking about this earlier, that moment of, like, when you get kicked off, like, in your heart breaks. It really does. Like, you hear your name and your heart breaks into a million pieces and you just think it's over. After we thought it's over, like, we had this moment of, like, no, we're gonna keep going. This is gonna happen for us. We're gonna make it happen. Like, and then Brianna comes in the group and we just it feels right, and it feels like we can do anything if we have each other.
For sure. And to piggyback on that, being on The Voice and being eliminated on The Voice, like she said, it was very heartbreaking, and you think, this is the end. But after you take a moment, after you go back home and you're sitting there, you realize this is just the beginning. This was just a start to my career. This is just a help. This is a booster. And Gwen, being the incredible person that she was, she sent me a long email, telling me, please keep going. She sent me a picture of her when she was 17 and said, this was me at 17 and you're already above this. So keep going and keep pushing yourself. And I think that really gave me a lot of motivation to have someone at that caliber telling me to keep going and that I have what it takes to make it. And to have two amazingly talented girls right by my side and working with them and just having a good time together, I really do believe that we can do anything if we want it as bad as we do. We all want it so bad, and I really think that we can do it.
Yeah, and another thing is like when you get kicked off and like you're at that point. I mean, you're on a show. It's like I've made it this far already. How come I can't take it another step further? How come we can't do that? Like at this point, we can do anything. Like it was hard as it was at that point. So.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what you said of Gwen, like Demi Lovato and Kelly Rowland actually came up to us and they were like, please keep going, like we love you guys, you're honestly so good, and like we see how much you want it. And so I think for us that was also a moment where we were just like, wait a minute, that's Demi Lovato and Kelly Rowland telling us to keep going. We have to keep going. We have to do this.
And now you guys have some great examples of groups that have done this, especially from X Factor. There's Fifth Harmony and Little
Fifth
Mix.
Harmony, yes.
Do you guys look to them in some ways for inspiration?
I mean, yeah, we love both of those groups. We jam out to them all the time. I mean, Fifth Harmony is such a great example of like just they came in third and they came in third, right? They came in third and they've made it so far.
Yes.
They didn't win the show. Like neither did One Direction. Little Mix did because they're awesome. All those groups are amazing and they've made it so far. Like we really look up to them in that sense. And whenever we see Fifth Harmony, they're so nice to us and they're so sweet and they really encourage us to keep going and be better artists and get there.
Don't you love that when like groups can like do that with each other, especially because girls are pitted against each other so much. So when you have another girl group come up to you and say, keep going, like don't stop, and
especially the one that we look up to.
I know one that we look up to. It's so amazing to know that we're all in this together, really. And yeah, it's a business, and okay,
there's enough room.
Everybody's trying to get their next song, but it's cool to see that support coming from all around you, and knowing that the support is coming from everywhere, and not just from each other.
Yeah, for sure. No, I totally agree, especially with Fifth Harmony and Little Mix. There's room for the female girl power, and we all want the same thing. We're all promoting the same thing, and we're all different. Each group is so different in itself, and it brings a lot of diversity. And I think that with their support and with all of us promoting the same thing and wanting the same thing in different ways, I think that it all works together and that we can all do it.
You guys have also, in addition to those two groups, Little Mix and Fifth Harmony, you've also been compared to Spice Girls sometimes. What do you guys think of that comparison, and why do you think people are making that comparison?
Honestly, I think the Spice Girls, they love to have fun. They all had different personalities. I mean, whenever I see them, I think of happiness, and I picture all of them so just fun and light, and I think that that's something that we love to do. We just love having fun. We're very different. And I think that that's something so cool about our group is we're very different people, different ethnicities, different personalities, different backgrounds of living, but we all come together for music. And I think that for us, being a girl group and being compared to someone like the Spice Girls, like that's so incredible to me because they were such a big influence on my sister's generation, and she's actually 22. Like, even my generation still, like, we all still love the Spice Girls. I mean, I know that everybody knows most of their songs.
Yeah.
Like, so for us, that's just such an interesting comparison, and we take it. We love it. We're just, thank you. Like,
yeah, one thing the Spice Girls didn't have that you guys have is social media. I mean,
Very
it's just
true.
amazing. Like, you guys left the show, and now, like, even though you're not on that platform anymore, you have your own platform in social media. I mean, like, anytime someone tweets about you, as I experienced myself, it's like your mentions blow up.
Oh my
Favorites,
gosh,
retweets.
yes.
You guys have a crazy social media following. What do you think social media has allowed you guys to do, and how have you guys used it as a tool?
Yeah, I think social media is definitely a blessing and a curse. A blessing because it allows us to be so connected with our fans, and it's given, especially our generation, a cooler and more accessible way to communicate with people that want to communicate with us and want to know what we're doing, and know the behind the scenes of what we're doing, with Snapchat and Twitter and Instagram and all of that. So it's definitely a blessing in that way, but it's a curse because everybody is very brutally honest on there, and people are not afraid behind the keys of their computer screen, and so so it's hard to get like that lash of it, but once you push that aside and push that backlash aside, and you see that it's just like a place where love can be formed, and a lot of good stuff can happen on there too.
I love seeing our fans that like create connections between them. Like I know some of our fans have become best friends because
they both love our music.
Yeah, because they love our music, and that's so interesting to me, and I love seeing them. Like I love seeing pictures of them finally meeting and things like that, because I stalk all of their Twitters, even though they don't know. I think we all do.
We do so bad.
They don't know. They have
And
no clue.
it's
but
great
we see everything.
Because especially, and one of like my favorite parts of being on the tour is now like we know who we're meeting. They tell us, and we get to know them. And the excitement of meeting them is their excitement for meeting us. They think that it's a one-sided thing, but we are so excited to meet them as well.
We love them so much.
It's just the best feeling ever to meet someone who believes in you. It's a great feeling. It's indescribable. So I think that the social media definitely helps with that.
I think something really cool too is that our fans are just like, we like to call our fans the official fourth members, because they are a part of us. And so when we're on Twitter talking to them,
like they're a part of our group.
Yeah.
Like they're actually 4 members of Sweet Suspense, and the fans are the 4th member. Like
we wouldn't be anything without them.
Exactly. So we love it.
Does your fan army have like a name yet? Like what's going on?
Okay, so that's actually
what's the official name?
We're trying to try this out. We're introducing it, and it's our fans are the official fourth members, the O4Ms.
Mm-hmm.
Like we
the O4Ms. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So just
that's original.
They are part of our group. So
we just want them to feel a part of us. We want to make sure that they know that they're included, and that they are a huge part of our lives, and that we wouldn't be here without them. Yeah. So they're not just fans. They're a part of us.
They're a part of our group. They are our 4th member.
Yeah. So in a month, if I hashtag something O4M, it's going to just blow
know what?
up.
Hey.
Hashtag O4M.
You know what? Yes. I'd love to hear their feedback, like on it. Like so, just tweet us. Make sure that you like tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, they've been asking for a long time. What's our fandom name? And
we thought of that the other day, and we were just like, that's it. Oh my gosh.
It just fits.
And then we pictured like jerseys with like
the number
4s on them. And we were just like, yes, this is so cute. We're doing it.
Great. I think we're going to move on to the audience Q&A if anyone has any questions in the crowd.
When did you guys know that you wanted to become performers?
I mean,
I'll start this one off. Well, I think for all of us, we've all kind of been into it our whole lives. I started dancing on stage at 4, so it was like I was so scared at first, and it was like, and I think that's really funny that that's a moment in my life that I remember when I was 4 years old. It had such a significant impact on my life that it was like I remember that. But I started doing musical theater, and then my parents were like, hey, you want to play the piano? I was like, yeah, I want to play the piano. Why not? And so I just kind of started getting into it, and I actually started doing opera first, which is crazy. And I was classically trained in opera. And then I went on to musical theater, and then I was like, hey, this pop R&B scene, what? And so it's kind of always been engraved in my life, and especially my parents loving music as well, just growing up with so much music influence around me. I was like, yes, let's do it. Let's go for it, yeah.
Actually, I started out as a cheerleader, like a competitive cheerleader, and I don't know, for those 2.5 minutes that I got to perform my life out, I loved it so much. And then I got into musical theater, and I really, really enjoyed the singing aspect. I understood what a harmony was, didn't know what that was, figured that out. And as my life went on, I came out to LA. I tried to be an actress first, actually, and then I kind of fell into music, and I fell in love with it completely, wholeheartedly. Just fell in love with music, and I then auditioned for X Factor, and now I'm here. So.
And for me, I started off much like you, actually. I was a soccer player for basically my whole life. My family was all sports. No one in my family did music. And I had just decided to do a random military singing competition one day. And I was all, hey, Mom, I quit soccer. I want to be a singer. And she was all, are you sure? We didn't really know what we were doing at all. And much like you, I actually started in acting and theater. I did a lot of auditions for acting. And then I was like, my heart is really in music right now. And so I posted a couple videos on YouTube. And then that's when I got a call from The Voice saying, do you want to audition? And I was like, I mean, why not? That's a great opportunity. So then being on The Voice, again, it just heightened my passion and really told me like I really want to do this for the rest of my life. So that's how I got started.
Next question.
Next question.
Hey guys, I just want to first say that you guys look very beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My question is, what's the experience like, or what's your favorite experience on being on talent show competitions like the X Factor and The Voice?
My favorite, sorry, I was ready for this question. My favorite was for The Voice. We have these knockout rounds. And this was my favorite because our guest mentor, on top of having Gwen Stefani, was Taylor Swift. So I got to work with Taylor Swift, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing you can say. And I learned so much that day, more than I ever have in my whole 5 years of doing music. I've learned so much that one day for that 1 hour that I got to work with her. And I still take everything that they both said from that day and I apply it to my everyday life. So I think that was the most incredible experience ever, was getting to work with both Gwen and Taylor. Like in a musical sense, it was just amazing, the things that blew my mind that she was saying. And so that was definitely my favorite part of the whole show.
I think my favorite part of the whole show was being put in a girl group. I'm
sappy.
like that's so cheesy and sappy, but it really was, because I mean, you go into the show thinking, oh hey, I'm going to be a solo artist, and then you get there and you're put into a holding room for, was it 8 hours?
It was 12.
It was 12 hours. We were put in a holding room for 12 hours, and I just remember sitting there being like, I'm by myself. This is scary. Like I was 14, and I was terrified, and I was trying to make friends, and then we got eliminated. But it was okay, because 45 minutes later we got a call, and I was put into a girl group, and I'll never forget that. And it was actually 2 years ago today. So I met Summer 2 years ago today.
Oh, sappy still. Way to be sappy. Happy birthday, Sweet Suspense. Okay, well, I should have gone first, like, so that you could have ended with that one. But I think a really cool part on top of that was the fact that X Factor was very into production. So we got to experience what it felt like to have a really big production on stage. One time we had a cage on stage.
It was like a
we were
bird
like,
cage. It was silver.
Yeah, you know, we had doors that moved around and that we went in and out of.
That I
we
almost
had a
fell off
motorcycle
of.
fire, like pyrotechnics, and like there's so many amazing stuff that gave
Dancers.
us so many really cool ideas for our tours to come. I think that got us so excited for those kind of things. So I think that was a really cool part of X Factor.
Great. I think we got one more question out there.
Yay.
Hey guys, TGIF.
Hi.
I know that you guys are signed under Jason Derulo's label, and he's the it guy of the summer right now. What's the best Jason Derulo story do you have? I just like saying his name.
Okay, so here, how do we want to handle this? We're actually not signed with Jason anymore,
No.
but it's totally
That's
cool.
totally
You're
cool.
chill.
Because Jason's
Because
amazing.
Jason's
No beef.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Jason story, he really likes green grapes.
He does.
I don't know. He always had, because my mom used to make these little snack bags
Whenever we
for
went
like
to the
us, and he would
studio.
eat all the green grapes.
Yeah.
And I just remember that about him.
I mean, also a cool thing about Jason is like he is so young and he is so popular right now, and he handles himself so well. He handles himself in a very professional way. And whenever we were in the studio with him, he made sure to always give us really cool advice on how to be an up-and-coming artist, and really cool advice on, you know, how to handle all the pressure and how to handle just different aspects of this industry, and which was really great for us because it was like, oh, okay, like you did do this, you know, 2 years ago, you know, you are still, you know, up and coming. Well, now he's pretty settled
He's
at this point,
large.
but
He's very-
but yeah, I mean, he's really cool. He's really great. And I think one really cool part is when we were working with him, he takes inspiration from everything around you.
Everything.
So we were
Oh
saying
my
something
gosh.
random one day. I don't even remember what it was, but we're saying something random. He's all like, we're making it a song. And we like made a complete
Wait, it was.
song.
We used to do this thing like whenever we were like,
when
upset,
somebody said
we
something,
were all
we go,
skirt,
like,
and
when
he made it into a full song,
a full song.
an entire
all off
song
of
out of skirt.
Yeah. So it
Who
was
does
great.
that?
You know, if he ever ends up
Jason
using that
Derulo.
or we do, you know where it came from. Jason Derulo.
But we're
everybody.
You guys
actually
need 5% then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
We
I mean-
actually
At
we
least.
Here, I want
Yes.
to throw this in there. We're actually signed to an amazing company called Sweetie High right now.
Yes, we are.
And they've done so much for us, and we're so in love with them. Veronica over at Sweetie High has helped us out so much, and
So
I mean,
much.
that's why we're here today.
She's
is-
the reason that we
Are
are a group right now.
So we're very thankful to her.
We
She's
are.
she's our fearless leader.
She is our fearless leader. We love her.
Well, thanks so much for coming, guys. And you can check out Sweet Suspense right now in the Pop Matters store. And you guys are about to put out a new single, Money.
Yes.
So
are.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
thank you for coming, and thanks for everyone in the audience
Thank
and
you,
tuning
guys.
in
Thank you,
on the internet. So
Thank
yeah.
you guys so much.